strike is non-responsive.
Right. Ask her the question again.
So how'd you know there were construction noises?
I can hear chainsaws. I could hear banging noises. I could hear tools.
You hear tools, okay.
Yeah.
So you went outside to investigate, and you said they were on the other side of the fence, yes?
Yes.
How tall is the fence?
10 feet.
And how tall are you?
5'7".
5'7".
Yeah.
So you said you saw the board, you saw the defendant hit you.
Objection.
How'd you see it?
Objection. She never stated she saw it.
She did. Right now, right there.
Did she
She
say
said she
saw
saw
it?
it. She said
I
she
don't
saw
think
what
she said
happened.
she saw it.
She said she saw over the fence and saw what happened. If the fence is 10 feet high, how does that happen?
Okay. Let's just go with this. This is interesting. I like this. Let's pretend she said she saw it.
Okay.
So if you're only 5'7", how do you see over a fence almost 4 feet higher? Over 4 feet higher.
There's a hole in the fence.
So wouldn't it be true to say that you did not see over the fence and could not see over the fence?
I see what's on the other side through the hole.
So now you're saying you saw
Wow,
through
why
a
are
hole.
you moving to strike is not responsive, man?
Responsive.
That was a yes or no question.
Yeah.
You'd say move to strike is not responsive, sustained. And then I'd say,
So isn't it true you
this
cannot
was a
see over
yes
that
or
fence?
no question, Miss Plaintiff. Is it true that you cannot see over the fence?
It is true, yes.
Okay. Now you said that my defendant, the one that
You've got her
was
on the
hit you.
run, man.
Yeah.
Hit her. How did you see the
So how did you see my defendant hit you with a board?
Oh, when something hit you in the face,
Strike is
can
not
you
responsive.
see?
How did you see them hit you with the board if you could not see over the fence?
Because it come through to my nose, is right.
Strike is not responsive. How did you see?
Yeah, you gotta rephrase your question though. How did you see the defendant?
How could you have possibly seen the defendant if you can't see on the other side of the fence?
I could hear him saying, he said, I got her.
So you could hear.
Ah, stop right there.
Yeah.
So you didn't see
him. Yeah. So you didn't see him hit you.
No.
No.
So you were. So was your testimony a moment ago a lie? See what I'm getting at? I'm trying to make her look freaking bad. Greg is trying to make her look bad in front of the trier of fact, the judge, the jury, whoever it is.
So you lied when you said you saw my defendant hit you.
I was hit by a board.
Strike is not responsive. So
Okay,
you lied.
I'm going to stop you, Greg. I'm going to give somebody else a chance.
All right.
Somebody else want to try to be defense counsel? Come on, Donish, get up there. Come on, buddy. Mark.
I
Mark.
can hold that.
Mark, do it. Oh, Mark's going
I
to hold
can't-
that. Donish is going to ask that question. So
I cannot be
you're
mean.
Greg now, and Greg has found out that she didn't actually see what happened to see the thing from over the fence, and that she didn't take it from there.
Miss Plaintiff, you mentioned that you saw that you were hurt. Is that correct?
I mentioned that I heard Dave noise say that he got me.
So you heard, but you did not actually see whether it was Dave or another individual.
I did not see who it was.
I'd like the court to make a note of that.
You can't do that.
Jury, write that down.
If you got your little notebooks out, jury, put that down real quick because that's super important. That's for your closing. That's for your closing argument. And what can you? By the way, opening statements and closing argument. You don't get to give your damn opinion. You can only summarize the evidence, the facts, and that's one of the things we bring into our closing argument. But either way, keep asking questions. You've already torn her apart and know that she didn't see who hit her with the board. You don't probably want to ask her questions about him saying, I got her.
Right.
Well, I had a couple of questions that would have gone that way. But
I wouldn't even get into that. She didn't see who did it. But maybe I would ask her questions as to how do you know who made that sound, I got her.
There you go.
You might want to say, how did you recognize his voice off the top of your head? That kind of thing. You start that, Donish, by stating, you stated earlier that.
Miss Plaintiff, you stated earlier that you heard a noise
No, she didn't hear a noise, she heard a sentence.
You heard someone speaking? Yes.
Yes.
And what were the
You're allowed
words?
to ask the right questions. John.
You can lead the hell out of her.
And what could you tell the jury what words were uttered or what you heard?
I got
Asked
her.
and answered.
Ask and answer.
We already know this.
Yeah.
So what I would have said, Donish, is you stated earlier that you heard the defendant state, "I got her." By the way, this is all real.
Yeah.
All this crap is all a real case. Anyway, so it's very interesting. You said, well, then you want to get in. How do you know that was him? If you couldn't see him. Yeah. But don't say it like that. Get to that. That's what we're getting at.
Miss Plaintiff, so how would you confirm that it was truly the defendant and not someone else
Who made that statement?
who made that statement?
He's my neighbor. I've known him since the day I was born. I recognize his voice.
Objection. That's right.
Making up a lot of facts there, Polly. That's not in there. He's my neighbor.
There you go.
Johnny.
Like I heard him every day.
Okay. That's a pretty good one. Pretty good response. She's pretty,
Was there anyone else that could corroborate that it was really him? Did you have a witness?
yes.
I do, yes.
And what is the name of the witness?
Tommy the tenant.
Tommy the tenant.
Where was Tom?
Where would you say Tommy was?
On the second floor?
Uh, objection as to his question. Why? Where was Tommy on the day that your nose was
Too vague.
broken?
It's gotta be
Otherwise,
vague.
it would have been vague and ambiguous. Where was Tommy? What? On what day?
Where was Tommy on the day your nose was broken?
And remember how I didn't say on the day of the accident?
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't call it that. We say, we speak in factual language here. We don't speak like lawyers when we talk, well, we do, but we don't. We speak in facts, and only we speak of facts that have been brought out. So that was a good question. So,
Tommy was on the second floor of my house.
And
So he was inside the house.
was he inside the house or was he outside the house?
what's the problem with that? It's called compound. He asked two questions in one.
Okay.
Was he inside the house? And then they answer, and then, oh, you know whether she was inside or outside, right?
Right.
There you go.
Was he inside the house?
Yeah.
Yes.
If she was outside, right, and downstairs, in the yard, and he was upstairs, she said second floor, which is really dumb on your part to say that.
But
And
he was seeing
inside,
all of the
how would
friends.
she know he was watching?
Yeah.
Right? This is all logic, people. This is all about, and that's what they try to get you at a deposition. They try to get you, how would you know that? All of that. Everybody
So
knows that.
please tell me, how would you
Now,
know
actually,
that?
pull up.
Here's how I'd approach it, just so you know.
Mhm.
Say, so you stated earlier that your Tommy Tennant saw the accident, and that Tommy Tennant was upstairs inside your house while you were hit by the board. How would you know that Tommy Tennant even saw any of this? That's your question. If you can answer that.
He saw through the window.
But how would you, move to strike is not responsive, how would you know he saw it through the window?
That's what he said.
Hearsay.
Hearsay.
You
Hi
get
there.
nailed on that one, too. You have an issue?
Bathroom key?
Oh.
Is it right there?
Almost
Can I take-
undeniably in my pocket. No, it's not in my pocket. Here, I think I have one on my ring.
I thought no, I don't have the new one.
Guys, take a 30-second break because I have 6 keys and I don't know which one it is.
I usually have it, but I think they changed it. Actually, no, I found it. I found it.
I want to hear it.
Donish.
Okay, stop it. Just here? Stop it?